Hello everyone, for today's video I have a moveset that's based around, well, basically just copying my opponent's moveset. I'm laughing already because you can see right here he's using energy charge, not even the full power charge or even maximum charge, just the first one. But this was suggested by Jared, so if you guys have any moveset suggestions for yourself, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and the best ones and the most interesting ones, like in this case, I will use them for future videos. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you do like these sorts of videos, then why not subscribe, as I upload pretty much every single day at the same time. So very briefly going into the moveset, we've got Meteor Crash, Paralyzed Beam, Big Bang Attack and Energy Charge, fantastic. And for our two ultimates we have Dragon Fist and times 100 Big Bang Attack, so I'm pretty happy there. Super Saiyan as a transformation and Instant Rise as our evasive. So before we go into the fights, I have to say this, I honestly don't think that these attacks work with each other. There's just no synergy there. I mean, with Instant Rise, you know, it's a decent evasive, but you can't really use that to follow up with an ultimate. Like if you use Dragon Burn, you can then use it to paralyze your opponent, then go for Dragon Fist, because, you know, that would work, and that's a pretty devastating combo. But as we go into the first fight for the video, as you just saw, I also copied his appearance. So he's got the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta wig with Resurrection F Vegeta's trousers or pants, whatever you want to call them, and Beerus's top, and it just looks ever so weird, especially with the wig. I think if he didn't use the wig, it would look okay, not amazing, but it would look okay. But given what he is wearing, I just think it looks so weird. But as we go into the first fight, he is running times 4 Kaioken Kamehameha with Reverse Mimikyu Senko. Now, I've personally not seen Reverse Mimikyu Senko being used now for about a month, maybe 6 weeks. It's just not something that's been used. Pretty much since they changed it so that it still takes key to use even if you're unsuccessful with it. So there, I tried to go for the Dragon Fist, but we must have, he must have hit me at the same time and we went to a clash. So I did just waste 5 bars of key there. I'm thinking here, do I want to go for a stamina reset? I'm thinking, well, I've got very low health, and looking back, I really don't know why I went for the stamina reset there, because that was extremely, it's just very dangerous, especially given his ultimate. I think if he powered that up then to the, the second stage of the times 4 Kaioken Kamehameha, I honestly do believe that would have beaten me, but he didn't use it. And now, given I have low health, I do have an attack bonus, which is the Zenkai boost for Saiyans, and now here I do go for Dragon Fist, and I do believe I don't know if it's glitched, but I do know that it's not working as intended, because if you use it online, your opponent can't escape it even if they use an evasive, whereas if you use it offline, you can still use your evasive to escape it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I've not actually tested it offline, and because I just don't play offline, like I'm either playing an online parallel quest or I'm doing some PvP, so I don't know there. So right here, he's just standing still after he did a small dash, and I knew what he was going to do. I could see it a mile off. It's something I would probably do. And he went for the Reverse Mimikyu Senko, but again, because I saw it coming from like a mile away, all I needed to do was just stand still for a moment and wait for it to, deactivate, and then just hit him once. And from that point, that was enough to finish that guy off. So let's go into the second fight for this amazing moveset. Oh man. I forgot to mention that I'll also show the equipment that I'm using for this moveset, as well as the fight itself, where I got the moveset from, at the very end of the video. I'll make that a sort of bonus fight, because I've been getting a few comments like this saying like, oh Burcol, will you do more non-commentary fights, or will you bring back the bonus fight at the end? Whereas before, I'll get comments saying like, oh, I stopped watching after you stopped commentating, and commentate over all the fights. So I can't win either way really, which, I mean, I don't mind either. But if you guys want to see more non-commentary fights, like as a bonus fight in these videos, do let me know and I'll gladly add some in, because it's pretty easy to do, honestly. Another attack that I consider as one of those, one of the forgotten attacks is the Paralyzed Beam. I think it was in Xenoverse 1, I'm not too sure because I just can't remember it. But I did actually think this was a different attack to what it actually is. Like, what it does in Xenoverse 2 is that it works the same way as Mystic Flash, whereas when you use it, it'll shoot a beam behind you. So if you're going to use it, you need to use it way in advance. And because of that, it's something that I can't see myself using again unless I'm doing another moveset. Like, I'll just never use it for, for competitive use, because it's very slow to use. And you'll see during the course of this video, like when I do use it, I wouldn't necessarily say I get lucky with it, but it's like you need to know when your opponent's going to vanish in advance, which it's not always easy to do. So here, I try to look like a badass, but I look like a fool, I think. I broke his guard with a triangle standard break, and I flew up to him and tried to go for the times 100 Big Bang Kamehameha, but I locked off. And if you use it while you are locked up on your opponent, it will rotate the beam exactly 180 degrees behind you, so it will attack whoever's right behind you. But I did try and do it to look cool, but no, it just completely failed. So there it goes for the Blaster Shell, whatever it's called. I always get mixed up with Broly's attacks. I go for Energy Charge because, I mean, why not? I've got the attack, I might as well use it. I do get my full key back from using Energy Charge, and I mean, out of every attack that he could have picked, he has to have Energy Charge, which, if I'm being completely honest, I would consider this as the worst attack in the game for a number of reasons. Firstly, it doesn't need to be in the game at all because there's two better versions of it, the Full Power Charge and Maximum Charge. So because of that, it does feel very redundant, and that it's just in there for the sake of it. I actually believe that taking damage from anything is actually more efficient at recovering your key because, well, like I've just said, Energy Charge, it just sucks. But he went for the Super Kamehameha there, as you just saw. I broke his guard and then I finished him off with Dragon Fist. So as I go into the next fight, my opponent has picked the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken variation of Super Saiyan Blue Goku. It is always fun fighting this variation of Goku because it's just something you don't see. But I'm using Energy Charge. Energy Charge, not even Full Power Charge. I mean, oh man, okay, so he uses Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken very early on, and I'm not sure that was the wisest thing for him to do because it does drain your health, so that will definitely help me, but I can't say the same thing for him. I do think he's starting to panic because he went for the evasive right there and he just didn't need to, and he went for the Super Kamehameha, and with most beam ultimates, you can easily perfect block the first hit. And after that you get a few moments of invincibility where it's just not going to hit you, and right there he goes for the Warp Kamehameha right in front of me, which I don't know why he did that, but I had more than enough time to prepare for it. I perfect blocked the first hit, then I had, I could just easily, move out the way by sidestepping. If I was him now, I would seriously consider dropping out the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken because he has lost stamina and it's still draining away at his health. And he just hit me with the Super God Fist there, and I think his thought process here was that, oh, it hit him once, it'll hit him again. He does go for it for a third time right here, and I did think I moved out the way, but of course I just didn't because it hit me. And from here, I break his guard with the Triangle Stamina Break, and I just completely wipe him out of hell with the times 100 Big Bang Kamehameha. Probably one of the most devastating attacks in the game. But let's move on to the final fight for this moveset. So this time my opponent picked Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which I thought was very fitting because, we just fought Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I do think that the Paralyzed Beam worked very nice against this player because he's very predictable in when he does vanish, so I could just prepare for it and go for the Paralyzed Beam to catch him when he does vanish. But with that being said, for it to really work, you can maybe use it as a sort of element of surprise attack, but I think Mystic Flash will just be a much better alternative because, yes, it does take 2 additional bars of key to use, but it does a lot more damage and it's much faster than the Paralyzed Beam. But like I was just saying, you can only realistically use Paralyzed Beam if you know your opponent is going to vanish maybe a second before you use it, well, maybe half a second. So in that situation, it's not the most efficient to use and it's not that reliable. As you just saw right there, as I get a rather nice perfect block when he goes for the final blow. But as you just saw right there, even though I used the Paralyzed Beam and he vanished, it still didn't hit him. So again, maybe for some sort of element of surprise attack, it would be useful to use, but after that, I just don't see a use for it, and Mystic Flash is just much better to use in my opinion. Right here again, and it's my fault because I picked the map, the camera angle just gets completely screwed up, and I think he went for the final blow there, I'm not too sure. But he goes for the Super Gun, and I just don't know why he would use that. I mean, granted, I've used it in the same situation before, but given the fact that he's pretty much beat at this point, there just wasn't any use. There just wasn't any point in using it that far away. But given the situation I'm in where I can afford to kind of mess around, I do lock off and try to hit him with a Paralyzed Beam, but you have to be extremely precise, which I just wasn't in this situation. He went for Final Flash there, which again, there just wasn't any point in using it. And in a moment he'll have 4 bars of key recovered, and he will go for a final Super Gun. I have enough stamina to break his guard, and I finish him off with the Big Bang attack, and that will be enough to finish that guy off. Like I said at the start of the video, I will show you fight where I got this moveset from. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far, and well, yeah, enjoy the rest of the video.